Hey everybody, DayTraderRockStar here, otherwise, or John Carisco here, otherwise known as DayTraderRockStar on DayTraderRadio.com in the School of Stock. Bring you an announcement video here. We're going to be switching up things going forward. We are entering our 15th year anniversary, 15 years in the trading live on Day Trading Radio, teaching, educating, just building a great community of traders. And it's I'm excited to kind of refocus. Always like to use these big milestones to just kind of bring and push us to the next level and really do it. I'm really excited. As we know, we've been focused a lot on the last couple years on futures trading, especially this year. I want to actually get rid of the screen here and show you what I'm talking about, because this video is going to be about trading the small accounts, making a minimum of $100 to $200 per day. And for the last 2 months, I've been really focused on how to go about doing that, how to get our criterias and our methodology down so it's able to be taught. I wanted to really tighten up the whole process, because trading for me is it's a business. It's a business where I've developed a method that I could see really great opportunities in trading. High probability methodology is what we call it, and high probability zones in the market based off of just a couple oscillators, a couple indicators out there that you'll learn about. And these they flip the switch on being successful or not successful. Now, I always say the hard thing in trading is discipline and patience. Discipline and patience is going to kill most of the traders. Even though I can teach you a good way of trading, eventually you will try to find another way of doing it, even if it's the wrong way or the right way. But we have it inside of us to always find our own way. And I remember doing that. And I started trading back in _96. And I didn't know anything about trading. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have anybody to teach me. I actually learned off of a quote track machine and reading just reading charts and breakouts and stuff. And there was that back then you could easily trade certain techniques. Trading has evolved over the years, really evolved into a computerized algorithm, black boxes. The electronic snake really gives us just a fit if you just follow futures. And this is what this is about, futures. And when it comes to stocks, we use the same techniques we use in futures, but we also use them longer term. But this type of trading is what I like to call, what's really vogue right now is that side hustle. I can show you a technique, and I'm going to show you this technique and prove this technique and how it works. And we've started doing it over the last couple months, and I want to talk about the trades we had today. And I do it at the basic level. I do it at the smallest level possible. As I'm hosting the show, taking questions, reading chat rooms, dealing with everything that comes along with the show, announcing news, looking at stocks. Very hard to do that and to do this. So I keep my positions very small. That way I'm not stressing it and I can continue on with the show. But even with that success, with one contract, and I'm talking one contract in the MES, you'll see the percentages play out. And it's important to trade comfortable. You cannot be stressed out trading. You cannot be fearful trading. You have to have confidence. Confidence goes a long way. And teaching you this and having these videos I've been going over for the last few years, kind of installs that confidence. I just put out a watch list for the members at Day Trading Radio, and I advise everyone to become a member at DayTraderRadio.com. So you can get all the education and stuff. But even if you don't, you can still watch the show and probably learn. But going forward, we're going to really start to concentrate on how to scale up on our trades now, and how to make good daily income, really trading a small account, an account size, say under $5,000, and making $100 to $200 a day on that. I think that could be easily done, but you have to, you have to follow the rules that I show you. You actually have to be part of the team, and we have to do this together. All right, but this is something that I want to start really pushing for our community to gather and work together and do this each day going forward in July. All right. Now, I already put out this video. I discussed all these setups the rock bot. There's a lot of things that you might not know about here at Day Trading Radio about the rock bot or the tradeometer and these indicators that tell us where these, our divergence setups are and how we get in. And there's a whole methodology. There's a whole method of trading. It's a whole course. And if you are familiar with it, this is just going to instill or kind of hammer home the fact that how well this works and how important it is to do this, because that's what we're in the markets for, to make money, right? So if it's, and I call this my $20. I love the concept of bringing this something to you that you could just kind of relate to. And when you're walking down the street and you're doing your own thing, you're having a good time doing it, but if you found money along the way, would you pick it up? And how much would you bend down for? Well, most people will probably bend down for a quarter. Definitely bend it down for $1. But imagine walking down the street and seeing $20 bills all over the place. And that's what I like, walking through the markets and seeing these opportunities show up. And that's a $20 bill per contract for me. And that's with the MES. And not to go into detail on what the MES is, but just the concept of understanding that the percentage of money you can make if you have with the methods provided to you, it doesn't take a lot to get up there. So I traded this week, just one contract basically. I'll actually go through the trades with you fast, just to kind of give you an idea of what we're looking for. So this is the whole week of trading. I only had 11 trades on the. Most of them I did today. I had some issues earlier in the week, and we concentrated on stocks, and we were trading a lot of pre-market movers, what we call low float poppers. So we were dealing with stocks a lot this week. But I got more active in the futures at the end of the week. So this mostly comes at the end of the week. And I had 11 trades based off the criteria, based off the high probability methodology, divergence, trends, bull and bear flag, the 2020 flag, just in the rotation, the tradeometer, and the rock bot. Just using those tools, identifying those trades, and taking just one contract. So we had 11 trades, 9 were winning trades, 2 were losing trades. Now, it was a gain of $93 trade in futures this week. That was $93. Now I want to make that. I would like to make that in a day. I mean, that's just happened to be. I wasn't trading much. But what I want to show you is how these trades work out. And I can tell you, it was mainly the last 2 days. All these trades were basically in the 2-day period. I didn't really trade the futures Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I only traded on Thursday and Friday. So consider this 2 days of trade, not the whole week, but just really 2 days of trading. I had 10 long trades, 1 short trade. Even though I do take the short trades, I only had one here, and that was successful. That was the biggest gain too. It was 40. That was one contract. That was for 8 points, 8-point drop on that, probably a divergent short. So then we're going to actually just break this down. We're going to go to we're going to analyze this, and you can see right off the bat, and we going up. Let's actually go to the trades. You're not seeing too much here, but again, the one thing I want you to remember is these are all one contract, $50 on your margin requirements on discounted brokers. So the first thing you need to do, you need to get a discounted broker. You need to get a discounted broker so you can have multiple contracts. You can be, and from this point on, each one of these trades were taken off the criteria. And I know one of these was a mistake I made. I don't know. I think it's the last one of the day today. I just got out of it. I got in and I got out. It was like a $3 loss or $7 loss because I realized I was going against the grain. And I was hoping at that point, I said, you know what, I'm feeling very strong about this, but the indicators were saying we were all embedded. I just, I had a hunch we were going higher, but I took it off. I said, you know what, I want to keep the records clean. I don't want to mess up the stats by doing something random. It's important that I take the setups and then scale up on them, week by week. So right now, so going into next week, and typically I would say start off with more than one contract. I would say start off with 3 contracts. Take 2 off on your first rotation. I'll teach you about where you take that off, and bring one up to a break-even stop, and then manage it manually from that point on. And I like to manage my things manually. Now, starting Tuesday after July 4th break, I am probably going to run my entries off the RockBot script. I mean, I'm going to let the script get me in, because if we look at the script, the RockBot script for today, it was just it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I mean, go back as far as you want. Now, these are divergences on the sell side. It was a buy side divergence. It was a buy side divergence here. Buy side divergence here. And some cases you get it all the way up. The trailing stop comes in. Some cases, the trailing stop is really, really tight. So you get a move up, even though the bigger move could have been higher. That's why I would like to let the bot get us in, and then us manually ride it up by moving our stop or just adjusting it based on our 60 period stochastic oscillator here. If it's pushing up, we have a better chance of moving up. So I wouldn't mind so much holding into a pullback. Maybe you want to hold on to that break-even, but it's always important to take the first profits and always have these trades work out in your favor. Make yourself trade with house money. Take those profits, move it up to break even. It's a free trade at that point. And if you have the right setup, and these are easy enough to call in the room, like this is a great setup, I would say continue to hold this. 5 minutes grinding up. I think that's a good trade to hold, and you might be holding this one all the way up to here. So even though these only gave you, all these could have been triples. I'm saying this is all automated. This is all automated with a very tight 2-point trailing stop. So unless you're getting, and 2 points in this market is nothing. But it does work. Lots of times you get a nice pop up, it follows it up, and then it comes back. So it protects you a lot. But all these combined here are great. All of them worked. It was just really very impressive. Now, for those who had the RockBot script here, don't forget to use the 5 minute long divergence on your 1 minute time frame. Now, I know it sounds confusing. They're basically the same formulas on different time frames. I just labeled this one, but the 5 minute is slightly different than the 1 minute, based off of some things that I originally did, and the 5 minute performs better, picks up these, so I'm transferring everything to the 5 minute. 5 minute will run just as well in the 1 minute. You don't have to change anything. It's just labeled 5 minutes, so you know what's showing up on your chart. So run that 5 minute on your 1 minute time frame if you want to get those results. And again, if the market's bullish, you're going to have better results on the long side too. There's a lot that goes into all this, and we're going to continue to do that. So pretend, or just say that, hey, these trades were for 3 contracts, 3 or 2. We got 2 at. Let's start with 2, and we double those. So that was an $80 profit. That was a $12 profit. That was whatever that is. A loss. I can't read that. It's too dark. That's a $7. That's $20. That's a $34 profit. $34 profit. $12 profit. All of them over $10. That's like walking down the road seeing the $10 bill. That starts to add up. And then when you see a 2-star or 3-star divergence, and we're going to have 2-star and 3-star divergences, and again, that comes with the methodology. You know what a 2-star and 3-star divergence is. Do I need to show you again? This is what I call rules of the trade, and it really determines on how much you want to get into a trade and how you want to get out of a trade. And I break them down to 3 stars, 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star divergences. And 2-star, 3-star are great. 1 star is a regular divergence with nothing else around it, like a trend line or a reversal candle, but it's mathematically a divergence. But once we start adding like a reversal candle or an underlying trend line, it means that we have to have two out of the 2 of 3. So this is required. We need 2 of these to be set up here. So I like to get that regular divergence, and a reversal candle is always one of my favorites, plus trend line. Now lots of times the reversal with the time of day, if it comes between 9:30 and 8:30, or the VWAP. The 5 minute stochastics is also very important to have that in our on our side. And I think that most of the trades this week, I required that 5 minute to be intact in the direction that I was taking the trade. So that was very important. I did not take any longs while the 5 minute was kind of embedded up to the top, or actually if it was embedded into the top, I probably ended up taking trades because that's a good sign of strength. But as we approach an overbought level, that's where you don't want to be just buying at the end of a big move. And then again, 3-star divergence is the same thing, but it has 3 of the setups. And then in this case, this is the basic, 1-star divergence, you have 2 contracts first off on the stochastic rotation above 80. And then the 2-star here, you take 2 off on the stochastic rotation 80 and move the last to break even. And a 3-star divergence, and again, you could adjust these levels to whatever you want. It could be 20 contracts, it could be 30, it could be 10, it could be whatever you choose it to be. I always go benchmark smallest, because then you could scale up and see how profitable this really could be. Because if you could do it with 1 contract and be kind of like make a nice little side hustle there, just waiting for a certain setup, all you have to do is just wait. And I'm gonna point them out to you. Let's take a look at the statistics on that trade. I would say the percent 81% profitable, 9 winning trades. Average winning trade is 13.89. Average trade $10. I mean, like I said, these are gonna be $20 trades with anything more than 2 contracts. Consecutive winners 7, largest winning trade 40, largest losing trade. It's not that bad. I can't really tell what that says though. It's too dark red. Average number of trades per day. Now again, this is going to be off a little, but this says about 3.9 or 4. Average time spent in the trade, 2 less than 3 minutes, which I would say is correct. These analytics look pretty good. Profits per month, if I just kept this up, would be $714 with 1 contract. If I just kept this average, and I feel this is a very low average. This is a very low average. So if this was something that was, if it was similar to this for the month, you're looking at $714, and that's only trading 1 contract. So multiply that by 3, and you're talking $2,100. That's not a bad side hustle there. And again, that's not even perfect. This is actually a low par. I think we could do much better than this. Profits per month, max time in a trade to recover, 2 days, largest flat period. Some other stuff that I don't even know what they are. I wonder if I could see my trades. Execution. All right. I have a good idea too. That's my performance today. Now, if I had the bot running, what we could do is we could bring up our strategy analyzer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just throw in remember I'm using the Thunderbird 5 minute. If you could do this at home, I'm using a 5 minute buy. I'm just going to keep the default parameters there, and I can always adjust them after. I just want to see what the default is. It's 8 and 10. It's really 2 points and another extra 2 ticks. It's not a lot, but this is just going to say if we ran this for the today, because today I did most of my trading. So we'll put it on the MES, a 1 minute time frame, and today is July 1st. Oh, come on. And then this goes to July 1st. Oh, what did I just do? Alright. Use instrument. I won't do anything else. I'm just going to get a feel for it. 1 minute, MES. Everything's down. Backtesting just for today. Run it. If we were letting that thing run, And again, this is actually using 5 contracts, so I should actually put 1 contract in there too. See what it came up. 5 contracts. There's $302. It had 46 trades. 39 successful. 84%. The bot, 84%. 7 losing trades. 46 trades. If it kept this up here, it would be 4,613 for the month. Should I even go back and take a look at it? Wow, that's pretty impressive. Well, that was pretty impressive. But going back to the chart and reading it, tick for tick, as I do with you each day, we're going to really focus on that. And we'll keep these, like I said, I probably will run the script on there and take manual control over it. Lots of times these divergences come in here, but you just got to see how that candle snuck down. And at the time that candle snuck down, if you look at the stats, it's probably, the stochastics are probably over our level that we needed to have a divergence. So it had that lower low and higher low. And sometimes you can't really see them with your eye, so that's why the bot here enables you to see that. Sometimes you can see them, like right here. I can see that one very obvious. And look at the nice moves on these. And these, again, I just stress to the point that if the bot is running, it's more dangerous because it has a set stop and you can't feel out the market. You might be able to tell something. Also, you don't want the bot to be going against the tide. Like I said, buy side bots on a market that's doing pretty good is usually pretty good versus a market that's selling off. So, because you're going to have to adjust it to what your profit projection is going to be. So if you have a downward trend and you have a buy signal and you're looking for, and you find out that it's not getting its full profit and it's rolling over before it gets in, you have to adjust that and understand that. So there is a little things that you have to do to pay attention to, so you don't get hurt by the bot, because the bot is it does have flaws in it when it does come to a market that's trending. You have to know where to use it. But the object here is to identify the levels and then analyze the market around it, take the trades, and the majority of them are going to be, and wait for those 3-star divergences. When we have a 3-star divergence, like right here, well, this was a nice divergence here. You can see that higher there, and we're going to be able to catch these big moves. We're not going to just look at this and say, yeah, it's in here and out there. We're going to be able to catch these big moves because of that 60-10 rotation, and we know to stay in that. How many times do I look at that and talk about it? It's just coming out of your ears. It's obvious. When you have a downward trend, you see what happened here? You got the bounce, but you got profits, but it continued to roll over. And why? Look at the 60-10 here. It's pointing down. It's rolling down. So starting next week, we're going to be, jumping into this and taking it to the next level. We're going to be, still have the YouTube channel on, but the YouTube channel, we're going to leave the YouTube channel, go to members only, after we make our first $50 on the day. All right, I'm gonna call it that. We'll have a members only thing on YouTube. I'd love to have you part of that, but we put so much effort into this, and this is going to be such an easy way of making money. If you want to support the site, I think it would be a great thing to do that. If you enjoy this and you want to make some money, I think the minimum amount that you pay on the YouTube to be a member there is nothing. You'll be making that 3 times a day for what it is a month. So, well, if you're a Day Trading Radio member, you don't have anything to worry about, of course. If you're a YouTube member, again, support the site with a little YouTube membership there. And then we're going to see us focus on there. I'll answer all your questions to help you get started. You'll get some of the boot camp videos also to help you kind of get your feet started, especially my the webinars I've been putting out here. Really is something that you need to brush up on. You need to get some things. Let me get that up for you here fast. With the rules of the trade, the buy side divergence rules, everything is this is the business plan. The business plan is here. It's exactly everything you need to know. Your entry criteria, your rules of the trade, where your stops go and how you set your stops. This is exciting times to be in the market. You just have to take advantage of it. We have to take advantage. We all have to be a team here. And from that point on, I don't think there's nothing we can't do. We're also going to be focused and using our divergence position sizing chart. Like I said, next week we're going to multiple contracts. For the last couple of months, we've just been doing single contracts, and you can see the results on that. So you could use this little calculator to help you kind of figure out how many contracts you should be trading. That's available also as a member. And that's just a lot of stuff on there. But you get all this stuff. You know that. All right, so I want to send that off. And hopefully I'll see you next Tuesday. Monday, markets are closed with the holiday. But next, again, we're always in the markets. I've been trading overnight too, because these setups happen overnight. So you're going to be seeing that too. There'll be a few extra days in the evening. I'll be trading probably between 9 o'clock in the evening till 12. And just, again, only if there's a setup. If there's a good setup or news, we'll be on the air for that. I'll be on the air for that. Here's another example of a downward trend here. And when you have a downward trend and your 60 is pointing down and you have a buy divergence, lots of times you're going to roll over. Here, actually, that was a short up here, which was great. That was a nice short. I had the short run in there. But here's a long, and it just didn't get enough upside. And it rolled over. That's because the bigger picture is down. And once you start to, and the same thing, you don't want to go short in a very strong market. So just a couple things you have to pay attention to. But when you have great entries like this is a beautiful divergence here, and you get these beautiful moves. I mean, let's zoom out. Look at the entries here. How could you say that this is not the best system ever? All right. Well, we'll see you in the markets Tuesday. If you have any questions or anything on this, leave a question in the video. I want to pay attention to this video, see what kind of traction it gets. If you have any questions you want me to answer, getting started, what's the best way of getting started? This is also great for prop traders who want to qualify for their accounts. Very organized, very systematic logical way of building your account. So if you're a prop trader, this is excellent for that. I know a lot of people have approached me on that. I'm trying to figure out ways of doing that. I think I might use the YouTube also for that and just do that overnight trade for members only on that. So I'm, kind of focused on that going forward. So if that's something that you're interested in, leave me a comment and ask a question, and I'll get back to you. Or just track me down at DayTraderRockStar.com. You'll find me somewhere over there. Have a great one. Happy 4th of July. We're having a 15-year anniversary. I might have mentioned that earlier. We do have a coupon code. 07, as in July 7, 0704. That's a coupon code. Works on all. It gives you 30% off on all the packages except monthly package. So there you go. All right. Have a great one. I will talk to you Tuesday, if not Monday. Good night.